Hi guys, welcome to the Lugiami Gaming Twitch channel as well as Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us in the Women and Power series. And today I have a very special guest with me. She's a very good friend of mine in the football scene, women's football scene. You all know that besides being a co-founder of Lugiami, I also am dabbling in esports. Val has been there since day one. She was even part of our FIFA sort of grassroots community last year. So welcome, Val, to the Lugiami Empower series.
Hello.
So there's a bit of background about Val. She's a women's freestyle footballer, which is already a rarity in the scene, in the sports scene. She's like a trailblazer in the sporting scene here in Singapore. And on top of that, she's one of those inspiring women who I feel have really made a mark, especially in her age group. So I'm very proud to have her here with me. Thank you so much, Val. Thanks for making time. How have you been?
I've been good. Trying to work out more during this whole time. Hope to play like a proper football game soon. But yeah,
Yeah.
just doing what we can.
Maybe you can tell me a little bit more about yourself and maybe what got you into what you do, right? So you are doing freestyle football, which is a little bit different from the pitch football. It's more
Yes.
yourself, which is quite similar to esports, but maybe you can tell all our viewers about a bit about what you do.
So I started playing football at the void deck just like a lot of other people. Yeah, I'm like a void deck warrior. So
Yeah.
yes. So I started playing football at the age of maybe 13 with my friends running around the neighborhood. And then things got a bit serious where I joined a club, which is called Sporting Westlake. That was like really years ago. And then I also had a passion for dance. So I was like picking up like salsa, bachata, and then even like the more different kind like breakdancing. So my friend who I used to play around in the neighborhood very often, Daryl, so he's like coming to me, hey, you love dance, you love football, why don't you try this out? And I'm like, okay. Yeah, so that's how I started football freestyle.
Yeah, and the thing is that you've already performed in some global sort of regional tournaments as well. Just as a bit of a background, you've also done for like Tottenham, right? Tottenham Football Club, the
Yes, during the
AIA.
ICC.
Yeah, so she's also like very well known in the freestyle football scene now, which is fantastic because how does it feel for you being in I would say a male dominated like industry?
I think like when I first started football freestyle, like in Asia, that there wasn't any girl when I first started. So when I have to compete in like the AFC, like with the guys, I was the only girl. So
Mm.
it wasn't easy. Like it was like quite scary, like the only girl going like travel over to compete with all guys. I hope like there are more girls out there like in Asia that I can like talk to, compete with, and it's fun going overseas to actually compete with friends. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's not nice competing with the guys, but I would say it's a total new experience that I got.
Okay, total new experience. We'll get into that a little bit later, but maybe you can tell us as well. You said you started in the void deck, right? So how did SP the lab come about? So maybe you can tell us as well what SP the lab is.
So
Yeah.
XP is actually like my crew. So we are not only based in Singapore, so we have like crew member in India, Achis, and even Sinkhun from Korea. So we all come
Wow.
together to hope to make more things happen in Asia for football freestyle. That's like part of us. Like sports do bring people together, and that's what we hope to bring more people together and yeah, make better things.
Yeah, you mentioned about having an international crew, right? So have you actually managed to travel around the world and done freestyle as well? Can you tell us more
Yes.
about your highlights about in terms of that?
I think the most memorable one will be me going to India. Cause like
Wow.
yeah, like you don't really get to travel to India
Yeah.
for work reasons. So like yeah, so the whole experience is very different from Singapore. What we have here, going to their stadium and I perform for a halftime show.
Wow.
Yes, the whole ambience is just so different. Yes, so
Amazing.
yes, yeah.
Were you like afraid when like nervous, before you went onto the pitch and did that?
like I have performed like halftime show before, but just that I've never done one in India, so I'm not
Exactly.
sure what to expect. But I would say the fans there, they are crazy. They're crazy in a good way, like how they
Yeah.
cheer you on. You know, they just bring up the whole vibe, which I hope to
Yeah.
see more of that here in Singapore
Yeah.
locally. Mm.
So what, okay, my team also wants to know, right? What doors have opened up for you as in this industry as a freestyle footballer? Like maybe you can share some like, interesting opportunities that you managed to experience.
I would say I get to do some commercial shoots. I get to meet some awesome like football players, and yeah, I get to travel for a lot events, like
Oh,
even not just India, Thailand, and it's a whole experience that I would say you can't buy it with money. It's very valuable. Yes, yeah, that's where football bring me to. I would say brings me travel like around and make new friends. And because of that, like I really hope to share like this experience I have to more people, and that's also the reason why we start off like XP the lab. Yeah.
I see. Okay. Maybe you can share as well. You said you met some players, right? Who was your favorite? Like, did you meet someone that you really liked in the freestyle football and also the football world? Was there someone you like, wow, I really like this person, or I really admire them? Then when you got to meet them, you were like, wow. Was there anyone?
Uh, I haven't had the chance to meet, but I would really love to meet Ronaldo.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cristiano or Ronaldo Lima?
Cristiano.
Cristiano.
Yeah. So yeah, I haven't had a chance
That
to meet. Yeah, but I met Erison during the ICC. Yes.
Yeah, what a guy, what a man. Like everybody loves him now, right? Because
Yes.
how he came back in that collapse against for Denmark. Wow. But apparently he's also one of those I guess underestimated players as well, right? Because you mentioned Ericsson because I also realized you were doing some stuff with Tottenham, with the freestyle stuff that you were doing with AIA, right? So that was also where I saw you. And maybe you can share with us as well, because obviously for Lugiami, what we're doing is we are all female gaming community, but we're also inclusive. So we welcome both genders, except that we're trying to create like a safe space for women in gaming. So for yourself, I want to ask you, as a woman in football freestyling, or even a woman in sports, were there any challenges you faced, and how did you overcome these challenges?
I would say like a good example would be like, for example, you go for a football freestyle community meeting, and then all you see is like all the guys, like standing around and do their tricks. It looks kind of intimidating at first, like oh no, like they're so good, like if I go there I might not be able to do something as good at them, but like it might look scary, but once you step out there and try to do it, then be like, hey, it's really not that hard, and like it's not that scary. Slowly you find that it's not that hard as you think. You just need to keep doing it, and the more you do it, the better you are at it. Yeah, so that never know what, like you keep training until you are better than those guys. Yes.
Wow, I like that. I love the attitude. In order to get better at very good at what you do, I guess it's all about training and performance planning, right? So for you, how many hours in the beginning when you were planning to do this, how many hours do you commit in your training, in your preparation?
I would say like when during my early stage, I really train very very hard. Like I can train up to 3-4 hours a day, 5 days a week. Yeah, but that was back then. But currently, with all the restrictions at the moment and things like that, like there are lesser meet up and gatherings. So
Hmm.
I just try to train as much as possible. Yeah, but the whole idea behind it is try to be more consistent as you can if you really want to go on to a competitive level.
What are some of the qualities you think that you have learned in this field that you're doing? Some maybe traits that you picked up, on your journey as a freestyle footballer, and also I would say you're also an entrepreneur yourself because of XP the Lab and all the other
Yes.
things that you've done. So what are maybe you can share what are some of the qualities and lessons you have learned as well?
I think having grit is a very important thing. Like you might not have the skills right now, you might not have the most creative ideas or anything at the moment, but it and you have to be like patient for things to come. So you have to slowly to develop the skills that you need, not just in like football freestyle or like an entrepreneur communication skills. And there's a lot of things to learn, and there's always things to learn. So you just need to keep like doing more, and just yeah, you'll get there.
Okay, but for yourself, how did you improve? Like, did you take lessons, or did it take time for you to actually accept? So, for example, like for me, when I was younger, I'll share, I was very stubborn, don't want to listen to instructions, always took things personally. But as you grow older, you tend to take, I guess you're able to like sift out the criticism, right? Was it like that
Hmm.
for you as well?
I'll say so, but I'm slightly different for you. So like when I first started, I'm like a bit shy. I'm more towards like should
I
I
was
should
shy
I do
too, yeah.
this? Yeah, so I was like not stubborn. I'm very open to all opinions. I have like a very good mindset. But then as time go by, I'm like everyone can give me different opinion. I learn how to filter better and don't listen to what everyone say. Like example, my dad, when I was really younger, like way younger, he saw me playing football, like street football, on the streets. Then he looked at me. He's like, hey, I don't think football is your thing. I don't think you can play football. So that really whacked in my face and leave me for a very long time. But that's how my parents motivate and communicate with me better. But as a kid, I would say at that point of time, I don't know what that means. In my mind, like, okay, maybe I'm really not for football. Maybe I don't play good football. But, so I learned to filter out better what people say and things like that, and don't take in everything. Yeah.
Fantastic advice from Valerie to all of y'all watching it. Learn to filter out, things sometimes and don't take things personally. Yeah. Now we're going to move on to the esports side because I know this is something that we want to also get your opinion on because as you know, as I mentioned as well, we are building Lugiami Guild, which is a cohesive community for women and I would say some men in gaming. So how it works is if you join our membership for $3, you get like all the perks lah, okay? So of course some of the problems that my gamers or my talents face in Lugiami is a lot of discrimination, bullying, like hate on the comments, right? And I'm sure as well for you, coming from a male dominated environment, similar to like, me as well, you get this kind of hate comments. So I want to ask, how do you deal and respond to discrimination and inequality?
For me, it's more like doing what I can do to show people that to gain respect from them. Like there's a lot of always negative comments coming in, but you can't just tell someone like, "Hey, you're not correct." The person might not like take it directly. They might feel offended and try to challenge you back. So for me, it's like you have to gain respect in your own way. So for me, it's like continue doing my football freestyle and doing what I can and show people what I do.
Okay, we have a question from a viewer, Val. Okay, Gene Stream Gamer asks, what does it feel like, Val, playing in another country, and how do you manage to be composed and fight the pressure?
Uh, for me, actually, when I'm playing in another country, I do enjoy myself more. I don't know, it just feels like going on a holiday. And when I meet friends, the whole field experience kind of help.
Yeah,
And I think with that good positive vibe around, actually it calms me down better. So I think you have to be with the right people. That's
the vibes,
that's
right? The
what
vibes.
gonna help you. Yes.
But I wanted to add, what is a holiday now? I don't know what that word means, right? So you were saying as well how you responded to discrimination and inequality. So do you have any advice? Because like I said, I mean, you're also from a very similar scene. Do you have any advice for gamers out there who are watching this and they are getting hate comments on their Twitch whenever they stream? How would you respond and how would you tell them to like act as well or advice? Yeah.
I think it's in for me as a football freestyler, sometimes I doubt myself. I'm like, he's so hard sometimes competing, even competing with the guys, at different levels. It seems to be like, like I can't ever do this. This thing is so hard. But I had a mentor that shared with me like, hey Val, don't look at yourself that way. If you're just gonna focus on the negative stuff, then you're not gonna make it. Example, if I'm a football freestyler, the ladies side, I have my own strengths too, which is I could be more flexible. Yeah, than the guys. So there are things that I can work on that is my strength. So if I keep looking at the bad side, it's not gonna help me. So yeah, just look at what you are good at. Just try to remove the negative side and just keep going.
Great answer, Val. So now I have to ask you, which is your favorite trick, your favorite freestyle trick? I'm sure you have one or few.
Like I don't really like there are a lot of football freestyle tricks that I love, like parlay around the world or like the blocking kind of football freestyle. But the thing is, my dream for football freestyle is to put up a set that is what I can dream of, just like dance, you come out with a choreography. I want to come out something that is very girly, that is more towards like a theater based kind of football freestyle.
Oh, so nice. You should
Yes.
go for it. You have
Yes.
our support. You have our support for that.
Thank you.
So I would say you're more of a you love to perform. You like to perform, right, Belle? You're a
Yes.
performer, right? So you have a background in dancing as well. I think I remember you dance as well, right? Modern dance, right?
I,
Oh,
I do like a mixture. So when I was younger, I pick up a few like hip hop, salsa, like the social dancing and
wow.
things like that.
So did dance teach you like did you learn any were there any qualities that dance taught you? Obviously discipline is one, which I'm
Yes.
trying to incorporate as well into my esports team. Like the Lugiami, discipline is so important, right? For you?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's really not easy. Yeah, but, but I think what dance taught me on top of like being disciplined is also the ability to look outside and be creative, especially nowadays with sports. They always like say, try to be creative, try to think out of the box, play more beautifully. Yeah, so dance kind of helped me relate to that when I do football freestyle.
So cool. So this is a very heavy question now I want to ask you. How do you hope to empower and impact women in sports?
Okay, yeah.
You have already done that, but moving forward, do you have like like a goal that you want to reach or something?
Like for me, I hope more ladies out there could take up football freestyle or pana. That's the reason why my crew and I actually set up XP the Lab, a place for people to come together to do what we love and for us to share the experience and what we have with them. So, and if you see a lot of competitions like Pana, and there are many ones you see on screen. A lot of them are guys, and I hope more ladies appears on
Mm,
the screen doing football freestyle and Pana. And like just last year, um, working with FAS, we did the Pana.
I
Uh,
saw that, yeah.
yeah,
Great stuff, yeah, great stuff. Playing esports. Is there any game that you like playing when you're young, and also like recently any game that you started playing?
I kind of like Mobile Legends. Yeah.
Oh no.
I used to play it for quite a period of time till I stopped. Yeah. So me and my boyfriend actually we played together until like we fought very badly until like I'm like I reached a point that hey no I'm gonna you know stop for a while and then I just
Not
got too
risk my
busy with work.
relationship for Mobile Legends. So which Mobile Legends has like five roles, right? So which role is your favorite? Do you
Uh,
know?
as in
The
that was quite some time ago, so I was like a
Oh,
tanker.
yes, yeah, there's a tanker, yeah. So we have a professional MLBB team as well, and we're sending them for tournament. That's another thing as well to add on to what Val said. We're having a lot of exclusive tournament that you guys can win money, 1,000 ringgit we're giving out, and will be more as well coming moving forward. But now you mentioned Mobile Legends. What did you enjoy about Mobile Legends? I mean, there must be a reason why you prefer it to FIFA, right? Because I would think you're more of a FIFA girl like me.
like I no but I love playing FIFA but for Mobile Legends it's more of like it's easier to connect directly with your friends and play like I do play FIFA once in a while with friends online. Yeah, so it's fun like I make friends in Malaysia and then like we play and then we just we just stay in touch online playing FIFA. Yes.
Wow. So which team do you usually play in FIFA? Don't tell me PSG, ah.
Yeah, kind of.
I knew it. Yeah, this is a record. Val also used to work for PSG, which is Paris Saint-Germain in Singapore. Best club. Okay, anyway, back to that. Okay, so what has gaming playing games taught you? Because everyone, there's always that stereotype of, yeah, my kids play games, they'll never be, I don't take them seriously, or they'll never be successful in life. But it has changed so much because now we have professional gamers, we have people who game, to distress. So what has, gaming, any game, for example, playing FIFA, whatever, what has it taught you? Any qualities that you learn besides patience? Yeah, I think patience as well.
Yeah, I think like a lot of people thinks that playing game doesn't actually help you to develop skills. You're just looking at the screen all day. No, I don't think that is true. So like you actually develop communication skills online with people in different country. You get to know their
Hmm.
culture better. Yeah, and it's teamwork, like Mobile Legend. There's a lot of things in games that like parents don't see, but I think it kinds of
Exactly,
develop
right?
here, like on top of like your motor skills.
Yeah, it's the hand and eye coordination. As I get older, I cannot play anymore. But like you mentioned as boss, all these motor skills and everything lah. So how would you okay, so now this is a little bit more about comments on social media, because another thing that the Lugiami Guild is doing, in fact, will give you a complimentary membership so you can understand what our guild is about. You can go in and then attend some of our mental health workshops that we're planning. So how important is mental health to you right now? In this current situation, we're in a pandemic, there's so much stress. All of us are going through a lot of our own problems. So how important do you think mental health is to you and like to maybe your friends as well?
Personally, I think mental health is very important, especially if nowadays with COVID and stress, a lot of people can't take it. And if you don't know how to manage it well and you don't know how to seek help, it is actually very bad.
Mm.
So it's good that you educate yourself better in what you need to do if you are really stressed out. So for me, how I handle it is like how I used to handle it is that when I work for like a really really long period of time, I make sure I get a break, unplug myself from everything, go on a holiday, yeah, and then come back, feel more fresh and better, and think about setting my goals and expectations and work towards them.
Fantastic. So how would you advise, um this is just an opinion for you to share. You don't have to advise if you don't want to. It's just like your opinion, yeah. So how would you like tell people today, those who have no, obviously we cannot go on holidays anymore. So maybe the other option is just unplug everything, right? So how would you advise people who are at home with nothing to do? Obviously, besides joining Lugiami Guild, they can do that. But besides, how would you like, advise them to get through this period? Especially this is reaching out to all those people in Malaysia, especially there are other countries who are still in full lockdown now. So what do you have any special advice for them? Maybe, that you wanna words of encouragement, yeah.
Yes. So I think everyone have their own ways to unplug. Like mine used to be on holiday, and I'm like trying to find a new one. But for me, the other turning point is sports. So really depends what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy gaming, and then you find that helps you to release stress, then go ahead and play like gaming or cooking or do what you love. That kind of help you unplug away from all the stress and bring you back to what you need to work hard to achieve too.
Awesome. I mean, I really loved hearing from you today. I'm still gonna check whether there's any more questions, but I think maybe you can share with me as well, like during this period of time, did you pick up any new hobbies or anything like that
Um,
during this?
for me, this period of time, like no, I honestly been working a lot, so I haven't had the chance to yet. But yeah, I've been trying to do more workout and train more during this period of time.
Okay, so you know what, Vel, I have a suggestion for you. Come and join our MLBB tournament and de-stress. We need a tank in our team. You, me, Ellie, we can all join. All of us. I'm trying to get into mobile gaming as well, but I died the first time I played it. But it's a lot of fun, right? I mean, you're just shooting at I don't know what you're shooting at, but you're just trying to get that space. I guess it helps you mentally, stimulates your mind, which is great. Okay, so maybe I want to end this stream by asking also what are your hopes and your goals moving forward individually, as personally, as well as in your career?
Goals. I have a lot of goals. So
Share with me
so
one maybe.
so so for me, one of them, like what I shared with you earlier on, is to bring out the more theater kind of football freestyle that I love to be in, like showing the more feminine side of football freestyle. Like we don't have to, a lot of people see football freestyle, your leg just go pam 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 pam. Like for me, like for a girl, I think like it's just like dance. There are different ways to do it, and I love to do it
Yeah,
a more glamorous way than like yeah. So
I
I'm
know, I
hoping to
know.
achieve that. Yes, that's one of my goals.
For sure, you will get there. I have faith in you because you're part now. You're part of very empowering women lah. That I know. Sorry, I got one last question. They're all coming in now. Advice for women like you who want to enter a male-dominated industry. Wow, this is a heavy question.
So for me, like it really depends how you look at it. If it's like a male industry because we say so, but you can in a way think that it's just an industry. It doesn't have to be a male industry. So it can be for ladies too. Is how you want to look at it. How you gonna make this possible for the ladies to
All right, thank you so much, Val. Do you have any final words for all our girls in gaming?
have fun, especially during this lockdown. Can play more game, de-stress, and what matters most is be happy.
Yes, thank you so much. And with that, that is Valerie Su, Singapore's number one female freestyle footballer. Very good friend of mine. I'm very proud of what she's done in the football scene and the freestyle football scene. Definitely a trailblazer. So you guys can follow Valerie on Instagram and on Facebook. We have Facebook,
Yes, I
TikTok.
have Facebook, but
Yes,
I'm more active on Instagram.
I know, girl. All right, so that's it for now for this week's Empower series. Catch you all next week.
Bye bye.